sisters.
Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you again. Why am I talking like that? Thank you again for tuning in to Sisters of Leisure, where we are living every day and seeking and understanding real events. My name is Tracey. I'm one half of Sisters of Leisure.
And I am Michele, the little sister.
And let me tell you all, we have an absolutely amazing guest today. I have been so honored to meet this young, beautiful woman. I met her on social media, and she invited me to a business event, and I went. And when I say the connection was there, the moment we met and spoke, it was unbelievable. See, sometimes you just are connected to the right people. And I'm just so honored to be connected to Bleu Lashell. She is amazing. She is a woman that does many amazing things that you really don't know about. But she's going to share a little bit with you today. Thank you for tuning in and just being a part of Sisters of Leisure today, Bleu.
Thank you so much, ladies. And I do appreciate you giving me the opportunity, this space to be able to share my story with your audience. I mean, it is a pleasure meeting Michele. And like Tracey said, we met on Facebook it's been about 2 years. And we was talking about this the other day. Like, it seemed like we've been knowing each other for a long time. And when I first met her, it's like, oh my God, like it was just so much love. So, connections, social media is like a wonderful thing because you get to meet so many amazing people. So thank you again. And I want to thank my audience too for, tuning in with us today and just showing support and love. So who am I? I am Bleu Lashell. Originally out of Miami, Florida. Now I relocated I'm in Charlotte right now. I am light. I am love. I am joy. I am peace. And my main focus is basically creating a space wherein that I provide help for anyone that's suffering with dealing with their inner child, because that's what I worked on, my inner child, due to different things that happened in my childhood that I was not able to address until my adult life. So I want to create that space where that I provide, that trust, the commitment, and the service, the tools that I use to heal my inner child as well. And basically, help them create self-awareness and just to know who they are, just get in tune. And also, I'm an alopecia queen. I am the CEO of No Hair, No Fear. Amazing company again. And through my journey, I've met so many different people. And one of the things that I realized about God, he is very funny to me. He's just funny. And he had me ministering to people in my brokenness doing alopecia. And I love it. Being an alopecia baldy queen, I have met so many other people, but alopecia, my story, man, it was very hard. It was sad. I was broken, confused, frustrated, because who would have known that one day you wake up and your hair is going to come out. So here I am, a baldy queen, and I love it.
I love that you were talking about your inner child. And you took some necessary steps to heal from that. What steps did you take to just get better and feel good about who you are as a person?
Well, the first step I took was I relocated to Manny, South Carolina to be with my parents after a divorce. And it gave me that time. During that time, I was able to just sit still. And we are known to moving so much and not just basically taking the time to sit with the situation. So after sitting, I began to journal, and journal was a part of my healing. It allowed me to go back to the root of the situation and to figure out like what was it that actually caused the trauma. And once I did that, then I had to admit that, hey, you know what? This hurt. This hurt. And then I had to forgive myself, the little girl, for giving people permission to do the
Mhm.
things that they did to me. And then I forgave the individuals. So that was a process. And I am, currently working on, have some things coming up, in the future that I want to share those more steps leading down to healing the inner child because I realized during my journey, my transition of finding out who I was, is that a lot of times when we go through different things, when we experience different things in life, different traumas come up. We the way we respond is because of something that happened in our past.
Mhm.
So another key I learned to do was take my emotions out of the situation and then just really see the situation first, like really see what's going on before I respond quickly. And how I did that, I just basically unplugged. Like if this is whatever it is, the event or the experience, if it's not resonating with my spirit, I unplug before I respond. And me
Mhm.
unplugging is not really saying nothing at all.
Yeah, I love that. I love the first thing you said to me was like, we do move around a lot, doing this, doing that, going here. We don't have time to just sit still to, you know, even know why we feeling the way we feeling, to or even to listen to deal with it.
Mm.
So just doing that, and it's like tonight I feel like just laying outside and just looking at the moon tonight. On that
Do it.
alone,
You should do it. You should do it.
I think I
Because
And you
need.
know
you
what?
know,
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead. I'm
just like
sorry.
you said, you just like you say, sometimes you have to take time to just listen. And that'll be a perfect time to ground yourself and just listen to whatever. The bugs, the crickets, just listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
And I want to piggyback on what you said because that is another way that you can actually connect to the inner child is by grounding yourself, going outside in nature. Some people may connect with taking a bubble bath. Some people may connect with maybe just, going to the movies or just taking themselves out to dinner, you know, purchasing their favorite meal and just sitting by themselves. Like I travel alone for a long time by myself. But it wasn't until I began to tap in to the inner child, go back to the wounds that caused me to hurt, me to feel the way I feel, me to feel alone, me to feel ashamed, me to feel embarrassed, me to feel like that I wasn't even worthy, to be
Yeah.
here. Like real
Yeah.
talk. Me feeling like I wasn't worthy to connect with other people. And during this process, me spending by myself, time by myself, being alone. I did slip into a state of depression for 4 years, and I didn't watch television. It kind of like stopped me from connecting with other people, like really trusting people. Because when I did connect, like the information that I shared, it was told to multiple people. So I promised my inner child, and I told her, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I said, I will never, ever allow anybody else to go through what I went through. If I can help them in any way regarding their situation, the event, the experience, and I can provide them the information, the tools that I use to help them get to where they need to be, that's who I'm going to be. That's who
Yes.
I'm going to be. First, are we going to figure out the problem? We're going to see what's going on. We got to admit, figure it out, and now we're going to find a solution. So that's that's the path that I'm in. Figuring it out,
Mm-hmm.
admitting, and let's find a solution.
Yeah.
And that's
Do
what I'm all
you
about.
do you have a mentor or a coach?
I have several mentors, and my mentors came through network marketing. Network marketing. My first mentor was my a vocal coach. She's back in Miami, Florida, and I guess it was like a therapy session. It was supposed to be a vocal session, but it became a therapy session because she gave me this piece of paper. This piece of paper had like a mural on it, and it says, "Tell me, what do you see?" And I said, I don't feel beautiful. I started naming all the negative things that I didn't feel about myself. And she said, "What? I can't believe this. You're beautiful. You're amazing." But I didn't feel that within. And she had me to, work on, those areas. And then as I began to, relocate and go out and network and meet different people, um, I met, my mentor, Miss Michele Cofer, in network marketing. This was like 2 years ago. And when she first saw me, she was like, "Hey, Queen." I was like, "Hey, Queen." And she's like, and when we began to spend time, she said, "Blue, you got a story. Your story needs to be heard." And she pushed me out in the front to start presenting her. I'm like, I can't do this, but that's the inner child was afraid of me because things that had happened in my past.
Yeah.
And my mom, my mentor too. Like, she's a very strong, powerful woman, and she taught me how to pray. She taught me how to do, she taught me many different things that I use right now today. How to carry myself at the moment. How to keep a home and everything. She just taught me how to, just believe in myself. My papa, my late dad, he was my mentor too as well. I saw this man get up in the church and make up a song, and he didn't care how it sounded, but it was just the confidence that he had within inside that allowed him to say, "You know what? I know that someone's going to be touched by this." So just actually, taking on the information that they provided, the tools, I use that right now. I am right now showing up, like the inner child is showing up right now. I'm just stepping out there because I have nothing to lose. The more I, you know, be in the way of myself, the more I'm just going to stay where I'm at. And the more I'm not going to be able to connect and win those souls that need my voice or that need my story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
love
it's
that.
important. It's important to go back and just, just grab that, put your hand back and grab that inner child and bring her along, and say it's okay. You're fine. You're safe. We can move. You know, that is
And
just so important. I love that.
yeah, and I love how you said that you don't have anything to lose. I mean, you have nothing to lose. And what was funny, well, it wasn't funny, but when you said about your late dad just making a song, I do stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it sounds good, doesn't it, Michele?
Sure. Don't joke. Yeah. Sure.
Because I do that to her all the time. I'm always making up something. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
what other things that you do? Because you do more than just no hair, no fear. You're a singer, you're an actress. I mean, you've done many of things that you really don't share much. And tell us why you don't share.
I guess because I was okay with being behind the scene or working behind the scene, getting things done. I don't have to be in that spotlight. And I remember in 2016 when I relocated and I visited this church, and this pastor, he, pulled me out and he was like, "You know what?" He said, "Daughter," he said, "your name will be well known global." He was like, "You're supposed to be in the front." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good where I'm at." He was like, "No, you have a story." So that's my thing. I'm not a person where that I have to be seen. I have to be in the spotlight. I'm okay with working behind the scene, but I know that God is calling me more out to the front so that I can share my stories and my gifts. So that's one of the reasons why I don't talk about it as much. But yes, to piggyback on what Tracey said, I am an actress, model, and I'm a motivational speaker as well. It's 2011. I was able to do my first stage play with what is it? Oh my God. This has nothing to do with hating you. And my favorite stage play was Jubilee, where I was able to I debuted as the main character. And this young lady, she was, a pre-K daughter, because I am a pre-K daughter. She was a gifted singer, but she got caught up with this producer that basically, strung her out on drugs. She basically contracted HIV. And I actually had to live in her world for about a month. I had to actually play this Jubilee for the entire month. And it was a phenomenal stage play because, one of the things I like that about the stage play is that, you live in that person's world, but then when you go to another stage play and they see you in the audience, oh my God, they believe. So you know that you made an impact on the audience by, playing that character. I was also in movies with Dwayne Johnson, Paint and Gain, and that was back in, I forgot what year it was, but that was in Miami, Florida as an extra. Also, I did a short film movie. I was in also another movie with Robin Townsend, Playing for Love. So I market myself, I put myself out there. I just basically used the gifts that I already had inside of me. I just went to work, just got on the computer, and looked up some auditions. I just did what I had to do in order to put myself out there. Now, how the motivational speaker came about was that when I did relocate to Columbia, South Carolina, I met Juanita McDonald, rediscovering me. I was able to be on her panel. And also I did Go Speak Woman. And I basically just share my story of how how you come from where you are and then, evolve to where from the past and where you are right now. So there was a lot of inflation. There was a lot of inflation that got me where I am right now. And I am happy about it. Like, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I love that because this is like, I have learned, and I say this all the time, that when we kind of independently walk, like when we decide to go and think, okay, God, use me how you may, the steps kind of fall right before you. And, it's just beautiful to see, as you were just saying, these different projects and these different, achievements that you have that just kind of just was able to, you have to work for them, I'm sure, but, your progression is lovely to see. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. It's been an awesome journey, I would say. I have some highs and lows. And when the lows come, I identify them, I sit with them, I take my time, I don't rush it. And when I do when it's a good time, I applaud myself in that too as well. I do a lot of affirmations. I know when I was going through my transition of becoming the person who I am now, the woman who I am now, I used to ride in the car, especially when I put my wig off. I'm like, girl, you bad. Girl, you got it going on. Girl, I just love you, girl. So that's my affirmation to encourage me. Sometimes affirmation don't work for everybody, but that works for me, So that's what helped me. It's just basically showing confidence, showing that loving on me, letting Blue know, hey girl, it's okay that you messed up today. It's okay that you didn't complete that goal or that task, So that's my story.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we try to look up to other people's expectations. So we put ourselves under pressure because we trying to please everybody and make sure we want to look a certain way in front of everybody and everything. And we really don't have to do all of that. I think we're doing too much when we do that, We're putting on too much pressure. We can't relax. We can't be yourself authentically and unapologetically at all. So, I mean, I think another thing that you're doing that's great is that you sing. And you've been singing a long time with your sisters.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I've been singing for like almost 30 years, probably 30 plus years. The name of the group is the Miracle Lights. And I love like singing, rocking with my sisters, like if I can say, I love seeing the impact that we have on people. When we're on the stage, we're actually just, ministering our hearts out, to people. And I love connecting. I love how we're able to connect. I love the fact that we have songs that touches people's heart because what I notice and what I'm in tune to, I notice that a lot of people are hurting. We may put on this smile, but people are hurting. And how I know, because I would get on that stage and minister to people, but I know I was dealing with the fact that I had alopecia. You understand what I'm saying? So when I see people hurt my heart goes out to them. You know, I want to help everybody. So with the group, like I say, we've been singing for a long time. We had the opportunity to, sing for open up for Vicky Winans, for Shirley Caesar, Lee Williams, the Kansas Spirituals. Like we have traveled all over the world, and I'm excited. I love my sisters dearly. They call us triplets, Elaine and Christina, and it's just been a phenomenal, great experience.
Yes, I love that. I love the fact that you can motivate yourself, for one, to be the great person that you are, because we all need to motivate ourselves. And for two, is that you have all these beautiful gifts and talents that you use what you got. You know what I mean? You're not trying to figure it out like, oh, I think I'm going to do this. No, use what you got already to bless the people. And you making a big impact on them that way. That's beautiful. So what is your next move? What do you desire to do next?
Well, I definitely desire to create a space, as I said, for people that are hurting, that needs that time to themselves to just unwind. They need that space to heal. I'm in the process of creating an ebook, revolving around the inner child. Um, and also around the alopecia world, I want to create, I want that to be actually become a household name. I said that with my other Baldy sister, Stacey. We had a podcast with her. I want to make sure that we actually really get that name out there because a lot of people don't know what alopecia is. They, seems that when we see a bunch of baldy women, we just walk around with bald heads. No, that's not the case. And, I just want to make sure that we provide that space, that unity, you know, and I don't know how it's going to come about. And I know God is going to give all of us, the ideas so that we can come together more. I'm asking for God to free up my space so that I can be a part of these events because my schedule is all tied up. But like you said, as far as in, what's coming up next is basically just finding a space where that so people can just come and unwind and just talk and not be judged. That is a very important thing.
Yes.
Not be judged because with the alopecia, with trying to heal your inner child, people, society, has judged us already. So, just creating that space, writing my book, finishing that up as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I noticed even just being out this weekend, people were like, how do you do that? I can't do it. They're afraid because of how they look or how they feel about themselves. So we do need a place where people could come and really kind of untach or detach or unwind or let loose or just, because they're beautiful, but they may not feel that way when they look in the mirror.
So I was watching something. I can't remember a young lady's name, but she pulled her wig off, and I want to say like everybody in the audience pretty much pulled their wig off. So I believe it's becoming more and more, like no.
Oh, that was Sarah Jakes,
Yeah.
TD Jakes daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's becoming more understanding that there's beautiful bald women. There's women of all shapes, sizes, colors. Like we can no longer, if anybody is still in that mindset that, oh my goodness, you get what I'm saying? Like for real. So I'm speaking that into existence that this conversation is important, but the judgment has to be gone. Like we gotta be past that.
Yes, yes. And I'm with you on that. Just to pick it back off of, the incident that happened on Sunday with Sarah. Like when I saw that, my heart was like filled with so much joy because I remember, when I used to wear my wigs and I felt embarrassed, ashamed, especially when I went into the salon and everybody's in the salon, or when I was, used to go to the barber shop and you have to take your scarf off and you got everybody looking at you. I remember
Yeah.
holding my head down, closing my eyes, but my heart was hurting, bleeding on the inside. So when she did that Sunday, I said it to my sister. I was like, sis, this was powerful. She said yes. And then when she did that, because I saw the interview with her and her husband, because she was talking to him and she was like, man, I thought this was gonna go another way, but it turned out to be a blessing to so
many people. Like it's over. Like I really do feel that it's, you know what I'm saying? Like we done.
Yes.
If you want to wear an afro or braids, locks, bald, pink, blue, like anything.
Yes.
If that's what resonates in your heart, do it. That's how I feel.
I think the hair business might be going out of business. Because it was a multi-billion-dollar business because people was hiding. I gotta hide under this wig, so I'm gonna buy a wig.
I'll put $300.
Obsessed with getting wigs. I was obsessed. So how can people meet or see you, Bleu Lashell? Tell the people.
Well, definitely connect with me on Facebook. All social medias at Bleu Lashell. It's very simple. My email address is Bleu Lashell, BLEULASHELL@gmail.com. Thank y'all so much.
Yes. Now, what would you say? One last thing. What would you tell a woman that may be suffering in silence?
Definitely, you have to admit and embrace where you are. Embrace where you are. Don't be so hard on yourself because you suffering in silence is not your fault. So you definitely got to identify, like, why are we here? Get to the root of the situation, but embrace it. Embrace it and know that you are beautiful. Know that you are loved, And those voices that you hear in your head, they're all lies. It's not the truth.
Yeah.
Own where you are and just glow.
Wow. I love that. Those voices are lies, people. Those voices that you hear in your head, they are lies. It's not the truth. Don't believe it. And we just need to know that. We need to know that and know that you're beautiful. You're everything that you know that you want to be, but you really are that. To be honest, you really are that, and you should know and believe that and not deny
Erase that doubt. Erase doubt. I found that, when I start to self-talk myself is to bring myself up and to understand that I am love. I'm part of the whole thing. So it's nothing but greatness under that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Part of the collective. So.
And and if I can add this too, create a support team that will help you get through the process. Healing takes time. You don't have to rush, but that support team that understands you and that would not judge you, find them.
Yeah.
Yes. Find the right people.
Yeah. That's gonna pour into you and that you can pour into, that people that's gonna pour into each other, That's so important. So and that's the example of you and Tracey. You got two total strangers wanting to pour into each other. You get what I'm saying? So
So I just want to say, I'm sorry, did I say, did you want to say? I just want to say, Bleu Lashell, thank you for just coming on Sister Leisure. No hair, no fear, people. This young lady, Bleu Lashell, is such an inspiration. And I just really, really appreciate you just gracing our presence on Sisters of Leisure.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Go follow us on Facebook and Instagram, y'all.
Yes, please.
Follow us
do.
on social